All right, so we've got the car ready and we've got a package to deliver. No address, doesn't say who it's from or who it's to. We're just going to drop it off somewhere and hope for the best. So, surely everything will be fine.
What
Sure,
could
there's no
possibly
problem with
go
that.
wrong?
Oh, goodness. But anyway, welcome to Curse of Chucky, the next to last in the lineup for the movies, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Two things. One, I'm sure that Don Mancini, as mentioned in the past years, was very passionate for the franchise. This is actually, I think, also the next one will be. This is actually done by Universal's C development team, Universal 1440, which is responsible for not really good movies, like a lot of the Land Before Time sequels or Doom Annihilation. So I'm kind of sad that Don was actually stuck with, with this studio to work with.
And it
Second
shows
and more important,
budget-wise, too.
only 5 millions. Well, I will see. I haven't seen the movie in its entirety. The other important thing is that this is what you're watching is the unrated cut. Similar to the Saw movies, but it's really not a technicality because the only real major change is as a post-credit scene added for that. The only other changes are one or two scenes have an extra bit of gory added to pre-existing shots. So virtually outside of the post-credit scene, you should be good to go even by watching the theatrical cut, weirdly enough. But that's kind of it.
Alright
Alright.
then. Not much else to cover except for the fact that this came out quite a while ago, 2013 essentially. And yeah, the sequels kind of became a bit sporadic since Cult of Chucky would take until 2017 to come out essentially. Later to be followed up with the series, and well, the stuff going on with that we can talk about when we get closer to that point essentially. Especially since it
What
spoils some bits of Cult of Chucky.
Well, the one thing that I do understand is that, similar to the previous movies, Don still has this tendency of pretty much forgetting most of what happened in the previous movie and doing a fresh start for a new scenario. At least that's the vibe that I got.
Okay, I'll say this. It feels like that for the most part, but as like many things, the answer is yes and no. You'll see
And
in hard
everything in
things to come.
between.
Now, basically, this was a movie that had been in the works since 2008, apparently. At least that was when plans of a potential reboot were first mentioned in an interview with Don Mancini and David Kirshner. They had described their choices of potentially doing a remake over a sequel, basically as a response to the will of the fans who wanted to see a scary Chucky movie again, or go back to the straightforward horror rather than the horror comedy, essentially. Which, I'll admit, that's a thing I'm a bit iffy on. I'll go more into that when we actually cover the movie, essentially. Basically, to make a long story short, a sequel was made instead, essentially. And it was made direct to video as well, which is weird since the franchise was making bank with the last movie. Okay,
It
not
did
as
receive
much.
some theatrical release in some countries like Brazil, but most of them were direct to DVD.
Hmm.
Alright then. So what you need to start, audience, regardless of the cut, technically, is before the Universal logo. So let's go to deliver this package, shall we?
All right, three, two, one, click.
You know, I might piss off some fans of this movie, but I think this movie is just fine. And I do get it. A lot of people apparently wanted to return to straightforward horror Chucky, but in my personal opinion, I feel like a Child's Play movie that takes itself way too seriously is doing it wrong, essentially. And I think eventually even the officials thought that too, given that the series tone goes for more of a balance between the horror and comedy, but this film definitely doubles down on straightforward horror, essentially. Like, I
Brought
think
to you
the.
by the studio that make Kindergarten Cop 2.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ. The irony is palpable.
After the
Oh,
fifth part in the series, most people would say that they're sick of the Chucky series. Me, I'm just sick.
okay, Kindergarten Cop 2, aka a movie that feels more like basically a remake of Kindergarten Cop instead of a sequel, which I believe is the same thing they did with Bigger, Fatter Liar.
Yes.
I had no idea there was even a niche for that kind of stuff. A
That's
sequel that's
that's what the studio
basically a
does,
remake.
Jova. it basically takes Universal properties that were famous in the past and makes a very cheaply made direct-to-video product. Now again, I'm sure that the supervision of Don Mancini made the quality of this product be higher than the usual garbage that the studio makes, but it's still not very assuring the fact that Universal had no confidence in the franchise.
I just can't believe it's legal to sell people a sequel that is technically not a sequel, has nothing to do with the original, but is basically a remake of the original.
Marketing, baby.
Which just makes me wonder, though, why not present it as a remake from the get-go?
That's very judgmental, Postman Pat.
How do you know she's not a missus?
Like, we disabled people do in fact date and get married.
No.
I know, big shocker to some people.
Wait. Shiri, you need to tell me that people that have some form of disability, whether physical or mental, can have normal lives? Shock horror.
I know, it's crazy. Some people don't get it.
Anyway, this is Nika Pierce, played by Fiona Dorff. Yep, Brad Dourif's own daughter.
I think her mother just woke up from bed, considering she really looks tired.
I'm pretty sure he was hitting on you.
Awkward.
Which is probably what's gonna happen when Chaco rises up.
So, let's see. I actually first saw this movie back in the year it came out on DVD, essentially, because,
2013.
hey, I was a fan of the previous two movies, and I was happy to see the series is back. What about you guys' experience with this one?
First time watching,
Same
like
thing,
I
Nick.
said, for pretty much the rest of the franchise.
Well, as you guys know, pretty much watched these movies consecutively. So,
Oh, crap.
It's a good guy doll.
I don't remember if I ever made the reference connection, but I do wonder how much of R.L. Stein and Don Mancini know about each other, because a lot of these late plots of the Chucky movies start to resemble a bit the one about the talking dummy Slappy in Goosebumps, which is, for all intents and purposes, the most recognizable monster from the Goosebumps books.
Real Housewives. Which one? The one of Cheshire?
I guess it's I don't want to play with you anymore. Which is why, like, what, the seventh time Chucky's been thrown in the dumpster?
I mean, it's not a very appealing looking doll.
You know what they say, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. Like, dolls that give us adults creeps are loved by children.
Maybe in this case, Beauty should have been left in the box.
I still have no idea how Furbies managed to become, a fad.
Oh, Furbies. It was the collectability.
They still look creepy as shit.
and that go off by themselves for no reason.
Say mum again, I'm sure she'll appear.
What an old elevator.
Yep.
Well, I mean, she is in a wheelchair, so.
No, I get that. It's just that the model looks a bit old. It's almost instead similar to what's the name? the thing that you use to carry out objects and food from one
Dumbwaiter.
floor to. Thank you.
After all of the Saw movies that we've been watching recently, I could love the composition shot of this one. For starters, you can actually see.
See, you can tell it's dark times because she's framed mostly in the shadows. It's clever. Shut up.
Profound.
It's also
filmmaking.
night.
Oh.
Oh.
See, it's also clever because she sees herself in the pool of blood. I guess the Chuckster actually, lost no time.
No. Her mother sadly must have killed herself while holding a doll.
Oh, we're doing this shit again.
No. Don't you see? She was drinking cranberry juice and she slipped and spilled some of it.
Idol drop.
She did.
Gotta say, Chuck, this is like your cleanest murder ever.
Oh, he's.
I guess at this point, the dev team knows what you're expecting, so they're just, purposefully blueballing you, in order for the bigger, not surprise, the bigger payoff of Brad Dourif for, yelling at someone.
I guess one must wonder, though, why is Chucky reconstructed? Because if you recall from the previous two movies, he had a much more. Well, he had his relatively iconic stitched up look. Like, that's the funny thing, actually. Despite the comedy horror films apparently not. Well, okay, I still hold that Bride of Chucky is the highest grossing, but, despite what some fans think of those, one thing that did stick was the stitched up, messed up look that Chuck got as early as movie 4. But now he seems to be just fine, which could imply that maybe this is a different Chucky, or maybe the curse is something more. He took cues from Michael Myers.
Clearly.
It's Charles in there, isn't it?
Also, curiously enough, David Kirshner was in this period of time was jumping on and off between these movies, the Chucky movies, and the Curious George specials. So
way to
quite
show
a
that
range.
Could you imagine if he got those projects mixed up? Like we could have had a dark, gritty, Curious George movie.
Clearly, what we need.
Don't give the public domain vultures any ideas.
Oh, I know this one. And then the priest starts looking around. There are some, flies, and the house starts yelling, "Get out!"
How has the blood not been cleaned?
Jay, okay, I haven't operated in a cleanup crew, but I've seen blood in places where I worked for obvious reasons. It's not that easy. You need a lot of bleach, and it will remain for a while.
You use vinegar, actually, but yeah, okay, fair enough.
So yeah, the death was ruled a suicide.
Really?
At the very least, I'm glad they're not framing her.
Hang on to those words.
Or maybe the father did it.
The father is dead.
I think this
him.
refers to the priest.
Oh, you meant him.
Yeah, Father Frank.
You have to remember,
The father came back from the dead, killed the mom, and then died again.
I don't remember if it's also a thing there in America, but most of the European branches of Christianity still refers to, priest as father and nuns as mother. Yeah, clearly, I should have seen the killer doll. So I'm guessing in this particular case, the Chuckster wants to handle more of a psychological type of torture.
Maybe.
I don't know where you get in here.
I think I saw the actress on the
From,
left.
from the way it was shot, it made it look like the entire town was coming in to visit.
No. This is basically Nika's sister's family.
Yep.
Au pair?
Complete with a live-in nanny for the daughter.
Oh, so she's gonna be the first to die.
What,
That's
the
usually
nanny
what
or the
happens.
daughter?
The nanny.
A young person from another country who lives a host family and provides child care in exchange for room, board, and a weekly stipend. So yeah, she's an. Why would you say au pair?
Well, that is technically a fancy term for it. Your surprise seems to have vanished.
Your surprise seems to have surprised.
It seems that most of the actors for this movie, outside of the Dourifs and another one that apparently will show up later, so I'm not telling any spoilers. Most of the other actors are just, not very known, which is in the style of Universal 1440. Just hire a lot of, BC list actors, so they're cheaper to work with. The priest actually is the one that has a lot more under his belt. A. Martinez, Adolfo Larve Martinez III.
Then she locks it anyway.
$400. Okay. Well, how much is that in pounds?
556. Not a bigger increase, but a little surprising for a nanny.
Mm-hmm.
What is $400 in British pounds?
It's £296 and 87 pence.
Wait, the guy makes less than her at $500?
Well,
Dude,
there's
you need
also
a better job.
there's also, Jay, a difference between just being paid with cash for doing a favor, quote unquote, to a family and being under a contract. I know from experience.
Also,
Still
Jay.
nearly.
Jay, you got to keep in mind this is $2013, and $400 a week would be quite something.
Ideal.
No,
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
good.
I've just checked the UK equivalent. It's £300 almost. So all I need to do is save for 2 weeks, and then wham, I can get a new console.
Yeah. Yes, Alice, come towards the creepy music. It's a good surprise for you.
The old girl
I
is played by
promise.
Summer H. Howell. Let me check if she has done something else. Duh.
Oops.
Stinky, that's your fake out. You thought that Chucky was gonna kill her immediately, but no. Summer H. Howell. After this, she was in a bunch of TV series and movies, and she's still doing stuff to this day, so good for her. Oh, she's apparently in the TV series reboot of Carrie, apparently.
Oh. Is that a thing already, or is that something upcoming?
Apparently. Upcoming.
Has she done anything in the Chucky TV series?
No, she's not listed, but I'm guessing from what you tell, she's not gonna be killed.
Wow.
I actually don't remember.
Hold on. Which actress are you talking about?
The child
The
actress,
kid.
Summer H. Howell playing Alice.
So her sister Barbara wants to sell the house now that the mother's dead.
Lovely.
For some extra dosh.
Barbara is played by Daniele Bisutti. Oh, she voiced Freya in the God of War Norse Saga games.
Huh. Good for
I
her.
really liked her performance, so yeah. Also, she voiced Elsa in some of the Disney video games.
I remember that line.
The end, huh?
Clearly.
Oh my god, you're a piece of crap. Got
Hey.
it.
That's gonna be the is that gonna be
Unfortunately,
the
you're a
last
piece of
film in
crap.
the
That's
series?
right.
That's gonna be called The End of Chucky.
Don Mancini has mentioned that after the cancellation of the series from Amazon, he's still planning to make at least one more movie. So we'll have to see if that happens or not. Like I said, he probably should just work with Blumhouse. They're really, more up to what he wants to do.
I like how his pupils just going wide like that implied that Charles was high on something.
Yeah.
Which, given how he liked the party and Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky, probably was on everything.
Cooking with Chucky. Next, we're gonna tell how to properly tender the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bothered to actually give another read to the comics, the Child Play comics that were made. I
Oh,
forgot
even
what
Child's Play
specific
got
ink.
comics, that's right.
Don't get too excited.
I think for the first time, Chucky and I are thinking the same thing.
I mentioned those in the past, Jova. Oh, I guess we are making a ragu. Don't get too excited, Jova, because they were made by similar imprints that did a lot of stuff like Nightmare on Elm Street comics. But Chucky only got like three stuff. One on small ongoing series that tied in, quote unquote, between 2 and 3, and adaptations of 2 and 3, if I remember correctly. And they're not particularly great. The writer is actually one that actually worked also on Nightmare on Elm Street comics, so he kind of knew what to do with the characters, but the art is just rancid.
So,
Really, Chuck?
Chucks.
Really? I'm really surprised that nobody cared to make more Child's Play comic, considering stuff like Friday 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or, Nightmare on Elm Street or Hellraiser continued, some of them to this very day.
it's
So,
especially weird because by the time of the 4th and 5th films, Child's Play was like a pioneer that was revolutionizing horror. So you'd think
Then
if anyone
again,
wanted to jump on the potential money bandwagon with franchising, you'd think it would
then
be this
again,
one.
bafflingly, also, Saw only got a one-shot comic that was like a small prequel to 2. And nothing else. No actual comic series. Even though Saw really fits very well for the medium, but nobody gave a shit to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Also, okay, no, I checked better. It's not ragu. It's, I guess, a stew.
It's
Tomato
tomato.
stew with
I think it's tomato
beans
bisque.
and cheese.
Yeah, I think it's tomato bisque.
You know,
Okay.
But
the
also,
way the camera
ah,
was like,
a Russian roulette of culinary cuisine.
Who gets
the
the
way that
poison?
the way the camera was lingering on it and the music is this new food going to be the new villain or something?
No, Dweebs, what you don't know is that this is secretly a tie-in to the menu. Ralph Fiennes is actually helping Chucky to get his revenge.
Beautiful.
Universal did release No Time to Die, a Bond movie, and Ralph Fiennes was in that one, so maybe this film secretly takes place after No Time to Die.
Gotta
Okay,
love
let me
comic
check
books
who
casting.
Barb's husband is played by. Ian. That would be Brennan Elliott. I heard of him too.
Shit. Okay.
That doesn't
It's
look
chili.
like chili, but okay.
No.
It's not chili. It's
Okay.
definitely not chili.
If that is chili, then they've overdone it on the tomato sauce part.
Clearly. Also, I checked. My God, I know why I saw him already. Brennan Elliott is in a lot, and I mean a lot, of Hallmark Christmas movies. Like, holy shit.
I swear, like, I
His
don't.
IMDb page is a battlefield.
Why does he look like the kind of guy who would totally star in a lot of low budget stuff like that?
I might have accidentally watched one or two with him in it.
Well, given how many there are, there's a chance that almost any actor or actress we've seen at some
Infamously,
point.
Joba, believe it or not, there was one that I accidentally stumbled in during one day that I was working, and the old folk that I was working with wanted to watch that, where the handsome guy was actually played by someone, I shit you not, with the same haircut, beard, and collared shirt as Jack from Stranger of Paradise.
What? Oh, God.
I know, right?
Beautiful.
I don't know if that's to say that Jack's attire is very plain or something else, but so really, who gets the rat poison surprise?
It's a surprise.
Do we really need the close up of people eating?
I do not need to.
Like, I get it, horror and all, but still.
Does it have to be that close? You could just have just a regular headshot.
Extreme close up. Whoa!
The twist is that Alice, being funny, feeds some to Chucky, and he's the one who gets it.
That would be hilarious, but that will end the movie prematurely. Uh-oh, is the child the one who got the poison?
Or maybe it's just too much oregano.
First of all, it's oregano, you uncultured people.
Also, yeah, you can tell that between
Wow,
the two...
I don't like her.
Yeah, you can tell between...
Here's hoping she gets the poison.
You can
Sorry,
tell
continue.
between Alice's two parents that there might be some trouble in paradise, and her mother is, not the best.
It's kind of
No.
funny. A lot of these slasher movies, like the first Hellraiser, for example, can be recontextualized as modern interpretation of classical fairy tales. And this is, has some qualities tied to that, too.
Good point. I mean, shoot, when people actually hear about some of the darker and more original, although technically not first original, since apparently in some cases the grim versions are darker or less so than the actual original ones. But yeah, seriously.
Oh, I guess it's the priest who gets the surprise. I was about to ask, why is the priest maybe I missed a line of dialogue, but why is the priest also with Van for the dinner?
Okay, he's here to, I believe, help console, basically, Alice. No, sorry, I'm here to console Nika, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Also, I guess it's the ever so powerful Hollywood type of rat poison that kills you instantly.
Actually,
Like, I know that it's actually toxic, but we're not in the 80s anymore. We're not putting actual cyanide in it anymore.
Actually, no, it's not going to kill him instantly. It makes him feel sick, but,
Yeah, that's usually what happens. Dysenteria, like in the Oregon Trail.
Mm-hmm.
What world do we live in, Chucky?
Oh, did we mention who does Chucky's not Charles Lee Ray voice?
Gone.
Now it's Michelle Ruff.
Oh, Cream.
What?
I wonder why we couldn't just recycle the stock I'm Chucky wanna play from the older movies.
Well, remember, too, part of the gimmick with Charles is, like, he sometimes says stuff in the doll voice that normally the doll wouldn't say, essentially.
Oh, I think it's now. I guess the priest is the one that caused the car crash, as exposition cops are telling.
So here's the thing. The poison hasn't killed him necessarily, but it's more so it disoriented him enough to cause a car crash.
Yeah, don't drive while under the effect of rat poison, kids. So there's your lesson for today.
He's technically alive. The problem is he's pinned in very bad.
Oh, that's gonna need some Jaws of Life.
Make a prayer, Father.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
that resides his arteries. There you go. And if I recall correctly, the unrated cut as this scene, there you go, where the blood spatters a bit, while in the theatrical cut it just stays there.
Canada hasn't seen a death scene that gruesome since
This is odd.
probably an episode of Air Crash Investigation.
How strange. Neither of those deaths were shown on screen. We just got to the end result in a Chucky movie.
You have to remember, Jay. I'm not too surprised because, sadly to say, this is how Universal 1440 operates. A lot of stuff that happens off screen, you see the aftermath.
Oh god, don't even get me started on Kindergarten Cop 2, where basically it feels like a throwback to the Adam West Batman series, where they basically give a whole essay on, well, actually you thought things would go this way, but actually I did this whole set of actions here which negates your action.
Oh, so it's basically a Yu-Gi-Oh match.
Yes. Now, to give Adam West Batman credit, one, a lot of the effects they would probably need for some of that stuff weren't nearly as fine-tuned in the 60s, and two, it's part of the cheesy charm. Like, yeah, one thing a lot of people tend to forget about the Adam West series, it was in on the joke. A lot of people think that everyone was taking it seriously. No, that thing was meant to be a satire. Oh, who's this guy who shows up? That hairdo looks a little familiar, doesn't it?
Ozzy Osbourne, is that you?
I was about to say.
It's a game of hide and go seek. How wonderful.
Foreshadowing.
I also haven't checked who played the mother, Sarah. Chantal Casnell.
Wait, so if the nun is here, like, okay, but the mother's here too, why doesn't she help her daughter find the doll?
Remember, Shiroi, apparently the mother needs this live-in nanny so bad that she brought her while she's here, and remember, pays her $400 a week.
Parents of the year, everyone.
Did you not want to have a child?
Oh,
it really begs the question.
Oh man, no signal. Yeah, this is 2013. Smartphones weren't necessarily, say, completely dominant yet, but they were pretty much moving in. At this point, it would be about a cell service.
Well, they were already starting to become aggressive. Remember, Jova, not many people remember, but the first major iPhone was announced in 2007.
Oh, yes. But, of course, like many Apple products, it was overpriced as all hell, essentially, to the point where mere peasants couldn't afford it.
Okay.
Some dolls are just ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say, since I have seen this movie, I do remember one thing. If you're at all like me, I believe this movie does have a scene involving an eyeball, so
Oh, boy.
I'll give the warning this time.
It is actually
Okay.
one, if I got correctly, it is one of the things that, got quote unquote, enhanced by the unrated version.
Okay.
I will say I don't want to jinx it for obvious reason, but I argue that so far we have been doing relatively fine with the flashing compared to the previous two movies.
Yeah.
Pull the curtain.
Okay, the little kid's upstairs. This is just a situation where you just say, no, close the door.
I mean, to be fair, that would mean someone's in there. And, that might be something of concern. But hey, it's not like there's a psychotic killer just surprisingly waiting there for her.
Then why not get Ian? Oh, okay, never mind.
It's okay, it's empty.
Wait for it.
The actress who plays the nanny, Maitland McConnell, also has a couple of movies and TVs under her belt, but this seems to be the higher profile stuff that she has. Well, apparently she was in a 2014 movie called Chicks Dig Gay Guys.
That's
Well,
quite a title.
She's certainly no Fran Drescher.
Okay.
And that'll
Yeah,
answer.
this part.
And that's why she's being
Uh-huh.
paid $400 a week. It's an
Oh
affair.
god, it's a good thing Deji's not here. We got to the cock arc even in the fucking Chucky movie.
Basically, I wouldn't say she's the best nanny, but the mother sure definitely loves her company.
The mother would probably beg to differ.
Again, the mother's a terrible parent, cheats on the father, and probably could care less about her daughter. So I'm sure she'll absolutely survive.
Okay, here's the thing. Let's go lesbians, absolutely. But one of you's a bad mother. I can't get behind that.
Yeah, no, let's go lesbians, not like this.
Yeah.
Like bad mother and cheating on loving spouse. Male
In
or
the
Like,
same
if you're gonna be
house,
toxic
Alaska.
Yuri, be a different kind of toxic Yuri.
At
Huh?
least he's not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, the guy who played Father Frank went on to become Master Paku in the Netflix live-action series Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, like I said, A. Martinez, aside from Brad Dourif and the spoiler, actor we'll see later, he seems to be the more high-profile one.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing for a doll to say.
Somehow.
It's like he wanted to be found.
But he's just a doll, so it's not like he controls
Yeah, that's
that.
also the bigger question. Why the fuck Chucky wants to be here? I'm guessing that's one of the mysteries that the movie wants eventually to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because these people have literally, as far as I know, no connection with anything from the previous movies.
What did Charles look like again? It's been like 5 movies. And
Brad
I mean,
Dourif.
Brad Dourif. Grima Wormtongue, Jay.
fair enough.
Also, the scientist in Alien Resurrection.
Where he managed to actually freak out the xenomorph. I don't know how, but we finally got a human that even a xenomorph don't want anything to do with. Yeah, that's kind of an issue. Since she relies on the elevator, if it doesn't work, that leaves her unfortunately pretty stuck.
Does it have a
With
manual option?
a psychotic killer doll.
I get the idea for this model, it might not be very practical, Waves.
I mean, Nika might be in
Yeah, but
danger,
that's
but
the
at least
thing
the
though.
house is the
Stair
safest.
lifts. I think even like old stair lifts had have manual options in case a power
Oh
cut
my god, we're
happens.
still lemoning?
Yeah.
I haven't
Sorry.
heard that term in a long time. My
How-
God.
How much, what's the term? Pre-action do you need to go through? I understand all about building atmosphere, but Jesus, get to the point already.
I love it. She would rather snog the living nanny than help her paraplegic sister. And keep in mind, she also wants her paraplegic
Wow,
sister
you
to
really
sew.
are a terrible person.
Damn, even the living nanny's saying, dude, it's her home, let her live in it. Like, when
Help her out the lift?
like, it says something that even the person she's cucking her husband with is still at least decent enough to
That's more
realize that
humanity.
yeah. Like, let me put it like this. In a movie where Charles wasn't a thing, Barb would be the villain.
Yeah.
Again, it's not too uncommon in some slasher films to still have to still have the very dickish human character in the supporting cast to showcase that there might be someone just as bad, if not worse, than the slasher villain. Not necessarily in the whole maybe humans are the real monsters kind of deal, but you know what I mean.
Yes, the head spinning action was optimal for good guy dolls to scare the piss out of kids.
I mean, at this point, Universal was still not owning the Exorcist, so.
I'm just looking
I don't
out.
like you, lady.
Look,
I don't like you at all.
Look, I'm just looking out for your bank account. I mean, your best interest, sis. I was so worried while I was snogging the nanny. I mean, thinking about family.
Are you sure the lamps there are electric and not run by gas? Because I start to hear the smell.
Honestly, I could almost see Barbara being a petty enough villain to just dress up as a monster to spook Nika at this point and go, "Oh, she's a nervous wreck. We gotta sell the house." Like, that is how cartoonishly evil she is.
Oh.
Huh?
Something cut her. Apparently,
But just the whole manner of no, sweetie, it's okay. She can't feel a thing. My God, you're like mustache twirling, except you don't have a mustache to twirl.
Like, a wound is still a
What's the-
wound. Like, that stuff can still get infected even if the person can't feel it.
not to mention
what's the
bleeding out.
what's the twist going to be that the reason she's in the wheelchair is because of that other woman earlier?
Oh god, just imagine if it turned out Barb was the one who put her sister in a wheelchair.
It'll probably be that. Probably something really silly like it was an argument that caused her to fall down the stairs and break her spine or
No.
something.
Sorry, just it's always the cursed dolls to be like, oh, just teach the child curse language, and the
yet
child never thinks twice about it.
She's a child who
what
probably
a
thinks
thing
it's
to
like
be
super cool.
wondering.
What an odd thing to say.
Maybe it's time to take the child go away with it.
He also says you're a cheating whore.
Oh, well, Chucky better watch out about what he says, or he'll wake up being run over by the Buick tomorrow.
I love that joke could be a double entendre to target either one of the two of them, and that's terrible.
No. Seriously, Chucky's final boss is actually just the biggest, most horrible person on the world. Barbara.
And a Buick.
Oh wow, we're already almost halfway through.
Oh yeah, this movie is pretty short.
And again, as it's custom, as I keep saying, sadly for the development studios, in order to save cost, they have a lot of scenes that not are stretched, but manage to take as much advantage as possible from the stuff that they had with a lot of dialogue.
You see, the real twist is that actually she's the bad guy and Chucky's trying to save the family from her.
Yeah, so Chucky's being redeemed as now a good guy against a bigger evil, sure.
Okay, from what I
It'd be
understand,
very funny if he was just an incompetent hero now.
from what
Sorry,
I
continue.
understand, changing the psychotic killer to hero in a sequel has worked a few times.
Well,
See
I mentioned in the
Terminator
past,
and
I kind
Megan.
of thought. I thought that that was going to be the direction we were going with Emotep in the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies before they instead did something else entirely.
Scorpion King was a thing.
Well, me and Deji started watching those movies when we liked it. Tomb of the Emperor Dragon is just meh.
Uh,
Brendan Fraser had a good Leon Kennedy cosplay in that, though.
The sad thing is, there was potential to be had with the 2017 Mummy movie, but, well, we all know what happened. It now holds the record of being quite possibly the most lethal killer of a cinematic universe, ending it before it even began.
Wasn't that Scoob?
No. Okay, the thing is, Scoob, not a good movie, but apparently they did have a sequel planned. The thing is, Zaslav killed the sequel. Mixed blessing, given that that was part of his trend of canceling anything, even when it supposedly...
Oh, finally, halfway through the movie, we finally have Brad Dourif. Alright.
Alright, well, let the merriment begin.
Yeah, the rest of this was just a prologue.
Well, it still is not as long a prologue as Kingdom Hearts 2's, I guess.
Listen.
Just the whole game was a prologue.
Sorry, Chucky, but my summer vacation is over.
What's your question, Dreams? That will be 358 over 2 days.
The Kingdom Hearts don't make a confusing title challenge impossible.
Am I the only one who's seen the TV series?
Of
Seems
Chucky?
to be that. Yeah, seems to be the case. I
Yeah.
haven't checked it outside of
Okay.
some promotional stuff.
I thought you meant Kingdom Hearts for a second. I thought, wait, what?
Well,
Remember, a series was in development by the guy who animated partially 8 Crazy Nights.
I love that he's the reason we got to see that pilot. Holy cow.
Oh god, they're gonna blame her for this, aren't they?
Jay, it's a Child's Play film. You know how it goes.
Yeah, Nika's taking a swill.
First, Chucky cuts them off from their family support, and then he kills them.
And as is usual, Chucky is insanely fast, because they literally saw him in the bed with her, and he zoomed over to the nanny's room without either of them noticing.
Chucky's the real Sonic the Hedgehog.
Really.
Well, remember, Michelle Ruff is in this movie, so there's your connection.
Internet search. I love that provider.
She plays the rabbit.
Los Angeles obviously.
Besides, the cream's not the all-powerful creature; it's a pet.
I noticed the Military Academy accident, so we do acknowledge that Child's Play 3 happened. Oh,
Always
there's
says Chucky
Andy.
did it.
Old Andy.
What, made a crap sequel?
Speaking of, what happened to Andy?
Well, remember, last we saw him was in movie 3 where he was being arrested on suspicion.
He was detained, and we haven't heard of him since, so he might still be in prison.
Yep, this is definitely still a Child's Play movie.
I wouldn't be too surprised if this actually was a studio mandate from Universal saying, this is R-rated, you need to show some skin, come on.
Okay, to be fair, if I recall correctly, this is in the original cut as well.
Yes, no, but remember, I was talking more about during the development, a mandate from the studio
Video call?
in general. Remember, even the original is still R-rated, it's just that the unrated version is just a bit more violence.
I do find
As usual, Jova, the rating system is very stupid.
By the way, she's sharing the room with the kid.
Well, yeah, sort of. They're at least separated by the door, but, yeah.
Click for photo.
Click for photo. Click.
Hey.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Yeah, of course, because the budget, we just show it happening off screen and we only see, like, Chucky being reflected only as a major bit.
Wow, Charles, I didn't know you liked Hitman.
I mean, it's pragmatical.
Oh, okay. Turning.
Okay, now we see it properly. Oh my god, the reflection in her glasses.
Also, why would your computer be reacting?
Dun, dun, dun.
Chucky haunted them, I don't know.
But this is a laptop.
Oh, now, I guess now it's where the eyeball pops up.
It was plugged into the mains. So...
A laptop still has a secondary battery.
Really? Really, Charles? That's your one-liner? Get better material, fuck's sake.
He's been out of this for a while.
So there's our first kill within the house.
It wasn't there, but I think if I remember correctly, since we did see the room earlier, it's to do with the room that the little girl was walking up to before the mother told her to stop. Wait, she was video calling her effet partner while her husband was sleeping next
Yeah,
to
that's
her.
what I was saying
Yes.
earlier.
Seriously. I've seen. Okay, I'm sorry. I have actually stumbled into doujins that have less NTR than this shit.
Oh, but get
This
this.
is getting into. This is almost getting into rent-a-girlfriend level of embarrassing.
But get this, it turns out her husband is a little bit suspicious. Honey, come on, I love you. I know.
Don't fold your arms at me. You know you're guilty.
Only guilty of loving my family so much. So much that I want my sister to...
Oh wow. Oh wow.
That's so, like, as far as, like, we're over halfway through this guy has done nothing wrong. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
Oh,
he
yeah.
clearly married the wrong person.
Well, yeah, different
I
kind
know
of
it's
mistake, though.
just a joke. I'm more sad for him and the dog. It really makes me wonder, really, if the dog. If at some point she's gonna say that the child was a mistake.
That said, uh-oh, he hit a nanny cam in the doll.
Oh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, put in the earphones.
Good night, sweetie.
Bye. We're getting a divorce.
Hey,
Really?
don't diss the
You
latte
cheat on him, and
making.
latte making is the best insult you could come up with.
Look, I think if it hasn't become clear before, Dwibs, Barb kind of sucks.
Not to mention, there's the whole language difference, because by all intents and accounts, for that terminology, she should be the one fitting more the description, because I know that Starbucks has basically ruined that conception as a kind of, a sweet drink, but latte is literally just the word for plain milk, just milk. So if you go in my country, go to a bar and order a latte, they just give you just milk and nothing else.
I prefer. I
So
prefer
you know what?
cost.
I normally don't
prefer-
care much about the term culture appropriation, but I think for that kind of term I'm making an exception.
I prefer Costa anyway.
So yeah, now Barb has some intention to go after the doll.
Yeah, this room here, I believe. Also, leave, like, service workers alone.
So much
like,
for intention to go after the doll. So how are you going to get up some stairs?
Especially with
If
the
I
power
guess from
out.
this kind of situation, she's really gonna just get down and crawl through the stairs.
What's really funny about the whole moving the doll thing is that Alice, my girlfriend's family, had a mannequin that they would move around the house occasionally.
A
Oh.
mannequin!
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Shiroy,
Like
get...
it was a tiny one. It would like sit on a shelf. It wasn't like a
Oh.
big thing.
I was
But,
So
about...
it's not
it
like
would-
that creepypasta of but we don't have that kind of doll in the house.
They'd move it to a different spot in the house every so often.
I was about to
Jeez.
ask, because, like, if it was a human-sized one, I was gonna ask if they mess with
No. It's a tiny one.
I was about to ask if they mess with house guests by posing it in front of them when they wake up.
What?
Oh sure.
Look, none of this is my fault, okay?
What are you...
You can just say at this point, now I'm the bad guy, and the Mother Gothel transformation will be complete. Wow.
You know what?
Let her keep the doll.
You know what? Yeah, hang on tight to it.
Yeah, seriously, Charles, you had a perfectly good target for almost an hour now, and you don't know. You
Remember-
really are losing your touch.
Remember, he doesn't like to kill in front of other people until, I guess, he pretty much throws caution to the wind.
Oh no. And because he has earplugs, there you go.
Nope, no signal.
Again, cellular network, essentially. Like, this was before we
Here
get
we
stuff
go.
like 4 or 5G.
Ah.
Yeah, I knew it.
Don't.
It's kind of interesting because this kind of desperation usually for these kind of movies gets to happen for the chasing monster. Someone who will crawl like a zombie, but you shoot their legs off and they will still crawl even up the stairs. But now instead it's done to our main protagonist. And like I said, there's clearly that kind of fairy tale parallel. Sure, Barbie's not the mother, but like the sister. But you can definitely tell the kind of abuse is still reflective of a traditional kind of fairy tale with Nick having to overcome possibly the biggest obstacle in the form of the stairs.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about the idea that Nika is gonna take the swell for this because that's just the writing of this movie. I can see it on the walls. How are they gonna prove that she took out Jill from all the way downstairs?
Yeah, I'm just as confused as Chucky. Why are the sunflower paintings that bad of an omen?
Sunflowers are considered death in flower language.
Okay. Remember, it was her mother that painted those, though.
Yeah, it was shown in the title credits, I think.
I thought lilies were for death. Huh.
All will become relatively
There are a few
clear
flowers
by
for
the
death.
end.
Yeah. God, Chucky, if you could just please.
Now, Charles, are we doing everyone a favor?
Oh, God, woman, don't make out with the doll, too.
What the fuck?
I think she's looking for the video that.
Oh, right, the cam. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Instead, it's the knife.
Ooh, cool.
Seems very clean.
We need to fix that. Oh, sure. Oh, my God.
No. Let her cook.
Knife.
Let her cook.
Okay, again, to her credit, who in their right mind would think that a doll could possibly do something with that knife?
Okay, but this doll has had 30 years of murder apart. He's been in multiple cases that should have been on the news.
Okay. As the internet, as was shown on Established, it's like, all of these cases are just considered something that involved a good guy doll, but nothing's been confirmed to actually have been the doll.
We have to assume that the asshole CEO from the original... Oh, kill mouse. The asshole CEO from the original movies managed to cover things up.
Probably. And hey, what happens in Hollywood, baby? Well...
Oh, never mind. I'd like to take my sunflower statement back. I don't know where I've heard that one, but I guess they're not indicative of death. Might be thinking of a different flower. That's not going to stop what's about to happen.
No.
Oh, here we go.
That's it.
Don't put your hand near the thing's mouth. He's going to bite you. Never mind. Shove it down. Shove it down like you're touching Joe.
Oh, so it is the stitched version.
Oh, look at that!
Yep.
You gonna move, Chucky?
No. He likes to build up the suspense.
The build up, yeah.
I guess.
It's turning into a Junji Ito story very quickly.
Yeah.
Dull flesh.
Line?
Charles.
There we go.
Told you he was gonna bite you. Wah. Why are you like taking her?
Yeah, I think now it's Chucky's. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like you said, that's apparently the close-up is apparently the other major thing that's not the post-credit scene. tied to this unrated version.
You know, what's sad is that this scene here looks this looks more in terms of like a disabled person trying to maneuver without their wheelchair. This looks more dignified than the one in Dark Phoenix.
Oh, there's the eyeball popping
Two-
off the stairs.
I guess to be fair to Dark Phoenix, that was supposed to look unnatural given, mental mind powers and all that.
It just happened
It just
to be
looks
very
funny.
goofy. Yeah, it looked too goofy with, Charles acting like an actual marionette.
Down she goes.
Pom, pom, pom.
Chucky, how the hell did you do that?
I wonder if maybe she was trying to see if she'd survive but died from the eyeball being popped out. Possibly from the shock.
I love it, you still cannot hear anything because of the earplugs. Holy shit. So, now what?
Dealt with one sister, now it's time to deal with the other.
I still really had to ponder what is, Chucky's endgame in this. Not necessarily. Okay, sure. Maybe he just picked a family to torture for the loose. I get it. Maybe it's that.
Well, keep in
smart
mind,
move to have a
though.
wheelchair on multiple wheelchairs.
Keep in
Yeah,
mind.
Sean had multiple.
Keep in mind what he said though about how Barb had her mother's eyes.
Well, remember, he
Okay,
killed
I
her
mean, he
too.
was in that one picture, but like, come on, man, that was on you.
Yeah, okay, that's one thing. The one-liners are kinda basic, which I feel is part of them trying to play
Kind
this.
of consistent with the franchise drove, where Chucky really has no or very lame one-liners.
But usually he's at least more witty with them, or at the very least he definitely was in movies 2 through 5.
When you have fucking Freddy Krueger in Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare having stuff like the Power Glove lines of being more classy than that, I think you have a problem.
It's like, I think the problem is they were trying to go dead serious with this one. Like, there are, like, almost no actual laughs in this movie, essentially, from what I can recall. Which, again, I get it. It's apparently what the fans wanted. But I feel like going completely to, like, no laughs territory is, well, again, doing a Child's Play movie wrong. Because remember, Child's Play 3 was the original sequel that tried to go dead serious, and we all know how that turned out. Fans didn't like it.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Has she only been?
Yeah, I was instead about to ask, was Alice killed off screen?
I don't know.
We
No,
don't.
I
Because
think Alice is still alive
last we see
somewhere.
her was under the bed sheets, where Charles, Charlie agrees and everything, and then he later tells to Barbara instead, Alice now knows there is no God. So I'm guessing he killed her in the meantime, but he don't want to show the body because child character.
I don't know if she's still dead because remember I mean, outside of Indy, the whole thing of him is that he's after a body to put himself in. So
Well, remember, Jay,
He
as
kind of
of
gave up
even-
on that with
yeah,
movie 5.
pretty much. Yeah.
fair enough. I mean, it still worked for Tiffany. I was about to say Jennifer Tilly.
What is this slow motion movie?
I usually just say Jennifer Tilly as well.
I mean, Jennifer Tilly technically is a character in this franchise.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Now, to his
I
credit,
just woke up.
yeah. Just woke up and your wife and her lover are dead. What a night.
I mean, your loved one was a cow anyway, so.
That's the thing, though. He's searching all over the place, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of Alice.
Ah, boy.
I mean, until there's a body, I think.
Yeah, he's turning on the car. Which means enough gas emissions, and she's going to
okay.
die.
Okay, I was gonna say, Chucky, can you drive? I don't think your feet can reach the pedals.
Oh, he found a way to drive in the 5th movie.
Yeah, but that takes a whole. This is the 5th movie, isn't it?
No, this is the 6th movie. 5th movie was Seed of Chucky.
Oh, right, because the 4th movie was Bride of Chucky, not the 3rd.
Yes.
It's very funny to see a killer in the car doing nothing, just letting the gas work.
This is exactly why I say, never go all the way serious with Child's Play. Let there be laughs.
Okay. Okay?
Admittedly, you do look a bit crazy wielding that axe.
What?
Yeah, there's no way they did this.
Okay.
I was expecting the police to assume, not Ian.
Okay, to his credit, he did just come in on her wielding an axe and screaming like a psycho, and unfortunately, he doesn't have too many other options to look at.
Of course they didn't do this.
Ian, have a heart.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck?
What's happening?
She passed
I guess he
out,
did inject it in the end. How are you going to prove it?
Well, remember.
The footage in the doll.
Yep.
All right, yeah.
And this has Nika just so in the perfect, position, so when he gets killed, she cannot do much.
Oh, God, now you know this is back.
50.
God, that's right. Radio Shack was still around back in 2013. Rip.
Also, I do wonder if at some point someone was tempted to make a found footage movie about Chucky, and this is a remnant of that.
You do understand that this thing is walking around, right?
No.
Also, yes.
Okay, his assumption.
He has stopped caring about that.
Also, Jay, his assumption is that Alice is holding the doll during the earlier scenes, basically.
But remember, when, he was sleeping on the couch, yeah.
Okay, so she's up in the closet.
So yeah, she's alive. She's just up in the closet.
Get out of the closet, Alice.
Chucky, what's your fucking language?
And now the
Live
live
feed.
feed.
Buddy, turn the live feed. Nah, I can't get over that.
Dude, you're stupid.
Too late. Boing.
How? What?
Wait, what?
Like, wheelchairs are not that powerful to cause someone to flip. Yeah, I understand, Chuck. He was an idiot.
Man, the lack of budget. Okay, I'll give them credit. They do a ways to hide the lack of budget, but it's very apparent that they couldn't afford to have the animatronic in as much scenes as the older movies.
Not to mention, again, Brad Dourif has shockingly such a little amount of lines in this movie. Chucky's expression is mostly just about, his body language, which, I don't even appreciate, but, oh Jesus.
Ian, get up! I mean, not anymore, but
Yeah, not now. Walk
There you
it
go.
off.
So, now what? Again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
really?
Chuck, she manages to have better one-liners with you. You seriously need counseling on that.
Like, learn from your own daughter there, Brad.
He didn't consider the paraplegic.
And
Yeah, we already
dead,
did this,
since he's technically becoming more human, you would think.
This movie doesn't know what to do with itself anymore.
Wait, is that it?
Normally one would think that's it, but
There are 20 more minutes to it. No, I don't think so.
That's the credits.
Clearly.
Ah, yeah, 20 minutes of credits and then the post-credit cutscene.
And that's just like 2 minutes.
did not need the close-up on her leg there, movie.
So we are in agreement that there's like ample evidence for the police to find that proves it wasn't her, and the doll's moving again.
Now, unfortunately, to some local law enforcement's credit, they could probably work out things that she used the elevator to basically get around to kill some people, and as we've seen, she has good upper body strength, so... Whee! Oh, crud.
Roll your back.
Not the
You can
first
make it.
time, not the first time one of the human survivors goes tossed in a situation like this.
So yeah, Chucky, who, again, at this point, assuming he has embraced being a doll, is now human, was able to survive literal beheading.
I don't think he's quite fully human yet.
Is this the first time Chucky's actually cleared a house in a movie?
What do you mean?
Well,
Like,
now remember, Alice, I think, is still alive. I'm more shocked by the fact that, okay, I'm guessing she's not really, because killing Nika at this point really feels weird.
Oh.
There you go.
she's alive, but oh boy, is she worse for wear.
The way the shot looked, it looked like they landed legs first. So
Ah, right. Time for the big reveal.
Yeah, see, that works better, Charles. Do more of these. Oh, wow, we're applying a Redcon Vision 3000.
Oh, you have no idea.
Okay,
Tommy,
so I was
Tommy
right.
Wiseau, what are you doing here?
what is this retconning exactly?
You'll
The-
see.
they're add I guess we're saying that Charles, knew about his family, in the past. So
Oh,
I
like
think-
retroactively adding
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
Oh, it gets even better. But yeah, he was a friend of the family, essentially.
Oh, don't tell me Charles is Barbara's biological father.
And
Oh,
yes,
no.
that's little
Okay.
Barbara. Before she became terrible.
Hi.
Oh.
What happened to you, child?
Shame the father ran into a little bit of an accident.
Yeah, we had mentioned that previously in the movie. We mentioned that he drowned.
It was Charles, wasn't it?
No. Perhaps it was the lack of a good father figure that turned Barbara evil.
Ooh, getting a bit of Schindler's List in here, aren't we, Don?
So basically, Chuck kind of was obsessed with the mother. What a wonderful date.
Family?
Not really.
People should be more considerate of serial killers' feelings.
At the very least, I know where they got the most mileage out of Red Dourif for the movie.
But uh-oh, it's a special night.
Toss.
How?
Oh, don't tell me it was the same night.
Yep, it was
Holy-
that
oh
very
my
same
God.
night. I
We're
told
doing the same shit Batman Noel did, our fortunate son.
So it turns out he was legit in love with this woman, wanted the family and everything, which is funny since, Nika is played by Brad Dourif's actual daughter, so meta.
Just to know, was it also a Christmas night? Because, just to know in advance.
Well, remember, this is around the time that Child's Play 1 is happening, so not quite on Christmas. Because remember, Tio, this is what...
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, she's paraplegic holy shit.
Yep, because he cut her legs accidentally while she was in her mom's uterus.
That's morbid, Jesus. Like, that it's not too surprising for this franchise, but Jesus.
And
I
yeah,
thought in
we
your
all-
own words you were a serial killer, not a monster.
And yep, we all know where this went.
Footage from the first
What?
movie.
Wasn't this like a robbery job?
Nope, it turns out he was coming from doing that.
This is what happens, Jay, when you have a long-running franchise. You start to pile things up on the backstory of the slasher killer.
Yeah, I can.
I don't understand the fact that it's in black and white except specific places.
It's to make it seem like it gels in with the scene with him and the mother, basically.
Also, the sunflowers in his eyes
Also, Charles, I don't know if maybe it was just a matter of him having trouble finding them, but for a guy who was apparently obsessed with this family, he sure took his time looking for them. Hell, at some
Like,
point...
I guess he wanted to prioritize having a body first.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe that was what he was aiming at in terms of priorities.
Although, shoot, remember in Seed of Chucky, he was okay with having his own little doll family instead. Oops.
Shut up. All right, fine. That was actually a really good one.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
no, it is. Yeah.
they saved the better one-liners for the end of the movie, I guess.
Yeah. You see, I defeated Andy because I killed his childhood. It's not like he outsmarted me 3 times as a kid.
I mean, technically still in prison at this point, as far as we know. So that's the sad part, the fact that Chucky still won to a sense in the original trilogy.
Oh! She's gonna hit him in that nerve.
Yeah,
Mhm.
speaking of which...
Well, excuse you.
Yeah.
You already did, you dick.
They're roasting your ass.
The roast of Chucky.
Hey, look at that. The electricity brought the power back.
A sign from God? Yeah, sure. Let me give you a hand.
Oh, crud.
Ow.
Pull your hands out. Oh wait, yeah. If you do, then.
This is the weirdest father-daughter tiff I've ever seen.
Well, for starters, that's not his daughter, and she's not her father.
Now remember, Jay, she's played by Brad Dourif's daughter.
Like, if you look at the casting, like even going to like the whole TV show, like outside this movie, this whole series is just a family affair.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that's it.
Clearly.
Also, if you notice, the way that she held the knife was kind of like the original Child's Play logo, I believe, with how the knife's held on some of the cars.
Yeah.
So we all are in agreement that there's ample evidence that she is not the one who's been running around killing her family members, right?
Well, okay, unfortunately, her DNA's everywhere.
Stay dead, Charles!
Well, if you can't stab them to death, you can frighten them to death, I guess.
"42nd Street, bro. Where is this house? They are not in New York.
I don't think we mentioned in what state are we supposed to be in.
We're in Canada, USA.
Clearly.
I'm guessing... Okay, remind me. The original film took place in Chicago, right?
I think so, yeah.
Knife. Drop the knife.
In that case, I'm guessing this is in Chicago since, again, the implication is that not long after he was holding her in the basement is when he got shot.
What was that close up? It's like The Office.
I think this is the same officer who knew something is up with Father Frank's death, essentially, because he was his sponsor. Oh! It is literally not what it looks like.
Yeah.
They would have found the
Sure.
fingerprints eventually anyway, even if they weren't holding the knife.
That's the thing. I don't think Charles leaves fingerprints as a doll, so
No,
it's-
I mean like Nika's fingerprints,
yeah.
even if they put the knife down.
Oh wow, they really,
What?
trial there. Also, I guess Alice really got killed off screen.
No.
So,
No. Remember, Chucky hid her away essentially.
Well, it might have been previous footage because I don't really see her in the courtroom.
Remember, we saw during the live. Oh no, we don't see her in the courtroom. Hey, yeah, yell at the doll. That'll make him think you're sane.
So let me get this straight. They believe that a woman stuck in a wheelchair can do all that.
You've got reasonable doubt for the rat poison. Sure, I can give you that. She was the one cooking. But there is a woman dead upstairs with her body and the exposure on the 3rd floor in the attic where the paraplegic can't get to.
I remember
But
the body
no,
was
she's
tossed down the
criminally
stair.
insane.
Jay, there's literally an elevator that she can use to go up and down.
But that
That
was
elevator
can't reach
broken
the
multiple
attic door.
times.
Jay was also talking about the attic, but the body of Barb was thrown down from there.
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah, but the blood and everything is still in the attic. You can see that someone was killed there.
they would probably
Don't forget my-
surmise that some shenanigans gone on. They could suggest that Barb did manage to survive, which we saw herself. Apparently, she was walking a bit before tumbling down. So, again, oh.
Oh, Jay.
Jennifer Tilly!
Yes!
I was
Hi,
like,
Queen.
what the hell is the new killer?
Hey.
And then
Okay.
suddenly here she is.
I swear to God, when I first saw this movie, I thought, wait, are we in another movie now? Because, yeah. It seems that Tiff's back and helping Chucky, which implies that, well, whatever happened with their kids in Seed may not have been pretty. Tch.
God, I'm dealing with one of those.
See, she's got great one-liners right out the gate. Dun, dun, dun.
Jesus, the movie stops and then restarts again. What's this? Return of the
Oh,
King?
there's Alice.
Yeah, see, she's fine.
Grandma.
From maybe her father's side.
Didn't they
If
say
you
that she
watch The
passed
Price
away?
is Right.
No. That was the mom we saw that passed away. This is her
Uh-oh.
other grandma.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, this!
Yep.
Did you...
No, I just remembered something.
Oh, here we go. Turns out Charles actually does want a body again now. Which,
Called it.
I'll admit, I kind of just threw up my hands at that when I saw this, because this literally comes after movie 5 where he gave up on that. And clearly this is a follow-up from movie 5 since Tiffany's here, so, yeah, make of it what you will. Okay, from what I understand, this will get kind of explained in Cult of Chucky why he's acting like this, but again, that wouldn't be.
Oh,
for
right.
at
The
least
other one's
4
called
years.
Cult of Chucky.
And where is Nico been assigned to?
Some criminally insane mental facility.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we get to get Nika back? Cool.
Well, she's still
Plot
alive.
twist. This is the insane facility.
Did Chucky ever destroy the laptop with the body cam footage?
Yes,
Oh.
remember he short-circuited and electrocuted and destroyed it.
No. That was the
The
laptop.
one
That
that
was the
Ian was
first one.
using.
Yeah.
Hey, Grandma.
Alright, there is again the post-credit scene for this unrated version, but after the credits. So, final thoughts in the meantime, Dweebs.
It was fine until near the end where it started to fall off a bit. Honestly.
And believe it or not, Dwibs, the post-credit scene is incredibly important to canon, believe it or not.
Oh, yes.
And yet, for some reason, it's exclusive to an unrated version. Like, yeah, that's the thing. I watched the original version. That was sadly not included. And, like, when I heard about it, I'm like, why wasn't that included? And, like, maybe you'd think it's up in the air, but no, trust me, it does turn out to be canon.
Wait, why would you have an unrated version of a direct-to-DVD release?
Because Universal 1440, I don't know what to tell you, Dweebs.
That is really bizarre. I mean, speaking of that, for the standards of direct-to-video films, this film at least looks solid enough. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame we couldn't see a decent chunk of the kills, but from what we did see, it was effective enough. And well, scaling back the humor, okay, I get it. It's like a Bond movie. Sometimes they get rather silly, and you have to scale it back down. So maybe that was the idea here. But as a result, a lot of what puns we do have really aren't that clever.
It's like I've said, I feel like it tries to go too serious for the most part, to the point where the one-liners are more basic until things really go off the rails.
Mm. It's fine-ish. Although it's interested to see what the next film's like. Okay.
That's pretty much it, I guess. I'll go next, why not? Because I don't think I have a lot to say. It's fine. The retcons, the added necessary things to Charles Lee Ray's backstory feels a bit, fanficky, but at least it provides a justification why Charles wants to go against this family. I'm a bit pissed off by the ending, but again, it seems that we're gonna follow up from that, so it's not gonna get dropped immediately. I appreciate the fact that Don Mancini has the confidence in exploring territories with these kind of characters, even when they're presented as villains instead of being a studio mandate that has casual homophobia in it. There is, an actual. Oh, hold on. Six months later. Minecraft Steve, what are you doing here?
Jesus Christ.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait,
yes.
wasn't Chucky mailed to
69.
USX, that copyright-friendly movie American delivery service.
I know you're confused, Jay, but trust me, this will definitely all be explained by the next movie.
I'm guessing the package just got forwarded again after Chucky, finished with the other family, because
I think what
that tends to be how it goes. They always move the doll along.
I think what
Didn't
confuses...
he put his body into Alice? Wasn't that the whole...
Yes.
Oh, look, there's a Woody Woodpecker cartoon because Universal, and I think around this time the Woody Woodpecker movie was being made.
All right, get ready for this.
Yep. Diploma of graduation.
Oh my god.
Yep. It's Andy, who apparently got married and managed to graduate after all.
And his act is the same.
Yep. Alex
He
Vincent.
brought him back from the second
I love
movie,
that what's happening with the Woody Woodpecker cartoon reflects what's happening.
And also, the fact that he's talking to his mother implies that she was released from the nut house as well.
Awesome.
Oh.
Wait.
Here goes
Bam!
on screen.
There you go.
So I guess that's
An
another
Andy
thing that
colleague.
the next movie won't need to address. Alright, to conclude, like I said, I appreciate the ways Don Mancini wants to explore the themes with the characters and all. I also appreciate that they toned down the flashing. It's still present, but to a more understandable modicum, admittedly. Again, not so much more to say. It's very contained, and it showcased the style of Universal 1440, where we try to squeeze as much as we can with the budget we have. Again, it's fine for what they want to do. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I guess I am interested to see what's gonna happen next. Though, from what I check here, Cult of Chucky is still done by Universal 1440, so I can imagine, they're not gonna have that much of an epic conclusion for the movie's pre-series. But that's what we'll have to find out. Jay.
The movie's a mess. And as much as like sweet fan service as that last bit was, now I'm extremely confused. You said they added that in for a canonical portion of the series?
Basically, Jay, it was kind of up in the air whether or not this extra thing for the unrated version was canon or whatnot, but everything after this movie makes it clear, since basically, with Cult of Chucky, Andy kind of returns to being main character of the series, in a sense.
Okay, but then what about the whole situation with taking Alice's soul?
Again, that will actually be built up on in the next movie. I know it's very confusing. I felt confused myself, but thankfully Cult of Chucky does explain it. Now, the explanation may leave you kind of befuddled, but that's not until probably next year we'll have to deal with that.
I see. Putting that aside, this movie's kind of a mess. It adds in a backstory for Charles that really wasn't needed, just to loosely tie him to the family that he was after for today's murder movie. It kind of doesn't go anywhere, and Nika, like I said, there's ample evidence that Nika didn't do it. The police are just being incompetent. This is kind of an embarrassment to
We're operating on this attorney logic, like in Turnabout Serenade, where they thought that a small blind child was able to actually use a revolver because he has, their head.
I mean, you could just use the one that they thought Phoenix was actually the one in court when it was the fake that doesn't have a law of understanding of law.
Oh, Furio Tigre.
Yeah, Furio Tigre with a cardboard badge. But
yeah,
like,
I guess we're operating on that same logic, Jay. I get the idea Don wants to also make a statement how the judicial system sucks.
To be fair, Ace Attorney has the excuse that that's a dystopian future where the law system is legit crap and Phoenix is essentially the superhero having to rise above it. This feels like them just continuing the trend of, oh look, the protagonist gets blamed for a lot of what happened. Like, again, I'll give credit to Bride and Seed. Those were actually refreshing with how the main protagonist didn't get the blame for the murders. Well, okay, the two in Bride did, but at least by the end their names were cleared essentially.
basically, from the third movie to the sixth one, this is supposed to be a mirror of the first trilogy, and oh boy, this is well, I can only see what happens next up in Cult of Chucky. Not entirely sure I'm looking forward to that one from here on. But it's not the worst in the series, but it's pretty bad. That's all I can give it.
Bravo.
Like I said before, essentially, my biggest credit to this movie is that it kept the series going and it continued things. But aside from that, I'm just gonna say it's kind of just there for me. I'll admit, I legit laughed out loud when they actually retconned it so that, oh, you see, this movie is tied to the events of the very first movie. Like, honestly, the only thing that would have made it even more melodramatic was if it turned out that Chucky actually was Nika's father, essentially. Which, hey, I mean,
Thank God they didn't do that. I actually appreciate the movie for being restrained about it.
I guess he was kind of like a psycho stepfather instead, which is again funny since, hey, it's Brad Dourif playing opposite his actual daughter, Fiona Dourif. But yeah, no, like I mentioned, it kind of repeats a lot of the problems I had with Child's Play 3, in that it plays itself way too seriously for the most part. It takes a while for us to get to the cool one-liners, or the over-the-top kills, and even still it feels like they're subdued. Whether that's because they were going for that tone or the lack of budget to do them, maybe. I know some would argue that, hey, this does take Child's Play back to its roots, but I don't know. I feel like even the first Child's Play, even if it wasn't intentional, could be a lot funnier, essentially. It's like, I said it before and I'll say it again. If you're playing Child's Play too seriously, you're doing it wrong. When the one-liners do get good, they're all well and good, and hey, Barb gets it. She is terrible. Although, man, her death is kind of lame. Like, yeah, I guess some could consider that very painful and whatnot, but I don't know. I feel like for as much a terrible person as she was, you could have gone for a more over-the-top death, essentially.
I wouldn't be too surprised if it's a symptom of the lack of budget that this thing has.
Definitely. Now,
Again, Universal 1440 is legendary for this shit.
Oh.
I'm genuinely surprised how they found the money to build the sets for Doom Annihilation.
I swear, if we ever do cover Kindergarten Cop 2, when we get to those CGI spaceship remote control things with that budget, Jesus Christ. Again, I don't want to say that this movie is bad. I just definitely don't like it as much as the previous ones. I'd say it's on par with 3, and that's not quite as a compliment, essentially. Although, shoot, even 3 at least had more of a budget, so some of the kills could be more over the top, so Again, it's fine, it's there, it kept the movies going so we could eventually get the series, which I've heard mostly good things about, but again, aside from that, it's just there. Like, I legit have watched it once and never really came back to it compared to how much I came back to 4 and 5, even back when I was just getting started with the series.
Shirai.
All right. I still like this movie. Some of the stuff that was added retroactively was a bit, whatever. It was kind of tacked on, but like it doesn't really contradict anything. Like, yeah, it's a bit messy, but like it's fine. They were probably just setting up for future stuff that I can't talk about. Also, sorry for the mild spoilers for the next movie, because I assumed that everybody knew. Like if you have a vague familiarity with this franchise, I assume that people just knew it was set in a hospital. So sorry about that. But yes.
I should probably note, if it doesn't contradict anything, Eddie Caputo has no love from the first movie.
Damn.
Because Ray was running after the van to run away with Caputo. So unless Eddie was just waiting there for Charles to live out his fantasy, I think we've got a bit of continuity issue.
Yeah, maybe actually. There's a lot I want to talk about, but I can't. So
all in due time, I guess.
Yes. We are seeing the setup for stuff though, which is good. I feel like that's it, really. I will say no more about Cult, at least, because we'll get to that when we get to it. So yeah, I suppose, where are we going next?
So, Dweebs, this also means that we need to find a new destination for the Halloween car. Do you know where to go?
Well, I do so with a shiver going up my spine and the urge to cringe growing ever bigger. So come along with us for the next time where we dive into the annoying and absolutely tasteless and really offensive world of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Well, we need to find a way to drop Jay in the meantime. See you for that.
See ya.